Hello, my name is Jamai Gal, Senior Reconciliation Advisor at MOIFOR. I would like to present here National Reconciliation Framework, a very brief introduction for the purpose of UN Peacebuilding Fund consultations. First of all, National Reconciliation Framework is a strategy which is based on Somali culture. It is based and symbolized in Han. As we all know, Han is a symbol of unity, a symbol of interconnectedness, a symbol of cohesion and interdependence. Every part of the Han, whether it is the ring, the gedan, the hayag, the rope, or the sap, which is the frame, it needs to be tightened to the other. So each one needs to be firmly tightened to the other so that the hand contains a milk or water, whatever we put. When the hand is very well tightened, we shake the milk and then we produce the butter. Likewise, Somali people are interdependent and they need to be interconnected and intertwined and linked to each other, like the hand. So the more cohesive the Somali people are, the more harmonious they are, the better future and the more reconciled they are. So that is the theory behind the hand as being the symbol of reconciliation. You can find more in the NRF about the hand story. So what is the significance and why National Reconciliation Framework? National Reconciliation Framework is necessary because there has not been so far a comprehensive framework or a strategy or a policy for a national reconciliation process. National reconciliation has always been a necessity and priority for Somali people since the collapse of the state. Previous national reconciliation processes, which started since 1991 when the government collapsed, were focusing on political processes, state formation, restoring the state, and less on social reconciliation. The need for the National Reconciliation Strategy or Framework was concluded in a conference held by MOIFOR with a wide consultation in 2017. After that, a wide consultations have been conducted throughout the country, visiting FMS centers and consulting with experts on the subject matter, Somalis and non-Somalis. Finally, the National Reconciliation Framework was concluded in March 2019 and approved by the cabinet. From there on, National Reconciliation Framework became a national document which is guiding the peace building and reconciliation, and it has been used by and adopted by all government agencies, including, and it is in the pillar 1 of National Development Plan, and international partners have adopted in their policies. The overall objective of NRF is to lay the ground for genuine and comprehensive national reconciliation process for the Somali people to restore trust among themselves, acknowledge and heal the past, build confidence in governance and its institutions, that all result in peaceful coexistence, economic reconstruction, and transformation of relationships. NRF is based on 5 pillars, which are interlinked and intertwined. The first one being reimagining a national social contract, developing a shared vision of an interdependent, peaceful, and fair society. We Somalis need to have a common vision about a common future. Somalis also need to acknowledging, healing, and dealing with the past. We need to come in terms to our past. And restoring and transforming community positive relationships. The relationships, the cohesion, the magnanimity, the brotherhood that has been, the sisterhood that has been lost needs to be restored and repaired. Building trust in government institutions and structures, rebuilding nationhood. We need to build a trust in government institutions. And finally, but not the least, supporting recovery and rebuilding. We need to rebuild all that we destroyed. NRF has guiding principles, and among them is that reconciliation has to be Somali-led, driven, and owned. It is focusing on volunteerism and local engagement and local funding. It is also ensuring inclusivity, representation, and participation by all, while also recognizing regional and community diversities. It is a non-political, and reconciliation has to be non-political and non-partisan. Reconciliation is emphasizing, and the NRF is emphasizing national leadership and local ownership. It also reflects lessons learned from previous processes. It is also informing international partners who are supporting peace building and reconciliation. The NRF is also building consensus, fostering collaborative partnerships, and fostering trust and among the Somali stakeholders. And summary of key features of the document include conflict sensitive. The document is conflict sensitive and easily readable, understandable. It is grounded on Somali and Islamic principles as well as contemporary knowledge and experience. It's grounded on inclusivity, gendered, and for all stakeholders. The document is educating Somali people about conflicts and root causes and their dynamics. The document or strategy is applicable to all levels, national, regional, district, and even village. It's also relevant to different sectors of society, youth, and involves them. Youth, women, elders, business community, government authorities, marginalized groups, IDPs, and anyone, including diaspora. We emphasize that reconciliation is not a project, which is just one activity and so on. It is a long process, and national reconciliation, as always, is a long process that can take decades. That is a summary of NRF, and here are a few pictures. The Senate speaker speaking at the conclusion of the validation conference, and the Prime Minister closing, the consultations, and the panel. This is the summary. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.